Their valor gave us the freest, greatest, and most noble republic ever to exist on the face of the earth, a republic that I am fixing after a long and hard 4 years. That was a hard 4 years we went through.
President Donald Trump celebrated his political victories on Memorial Day. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Tuesday, May 27th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. President Trump delivered an unusually partisan speech at Arlington National Cemetery yesterday. Memorial Day is normally commemorated with a non-political remembrance of military members who died in service. Trump's speech did reflect on the tragedy of fallen soldiers and their grieving families, but he also took the opportunity to talk about his political vendettas and to boast about his divine blessings.
Most important of all, in addition, we have the World Cup and we have the Olympics. Can you imagine? I missed that 4 years, and now look what I have. I have everything. Amazing the way things work out. God did that. I believe that too.
Earlier in the day, he also posted on Truth Social, wishing people a happy Memorial Day, including, as he put it, the scum. That is, his political opponents. The post drew criticism from many corners. Republican senators are split over Trump's tax and immigration bill. That's number 2. This bill contains much of the president's domestic agenda. He's dubbed it the Big Beautiful Bill. It includes tax cuts and funding for border security. Last week, the House narrowly passed it after months of tense negotiations. Now it's the Senate's turn. Republicans are rushing to pass the bill by July 4th, although the true deadline might be later in the summer. And getting the bill through the Senate does not look like it's going to be straightforward. Senate Majority Leader John Thune can't afford to lose more than 3 Republican votes because no Democrats are expected to support it. And more than 3 Republicans have already voiced serious concerns. Some of them have balked at the spending cuts the House included in its version. Others are pushing for much more aggressive cuts. In our newsletter today, you can find a breakdown of 7 key divides among Republicans. Find that in our show notes. Number 3. A car plowed into a crowd celebrating a soccer championship in England. Yesterday evening, thousands of Liverpool fans gathered in their city for a parade. They were celebrating the team's recent Premier League title. But the celebrations turned to chaos when a car was driven into the crowd. At least 47 people were injured, including 4 children. Nick Searle is the chief fire officer of Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service. He described the scene when emergency services arrived to help.
On arrival, the crews were met with numerous injured people and 4 persons trapped under a vehicle. Our crews rapidly lifted the vehicle, removed 3 adults and 1 child from beneath, and passed them to our ambulance service colleagues.
Police have detained a 53-year-old British man from the Liverpool area. They believe him to be the driver. Authorities said the incident is not being treated as terrorism. Number 4. Israeli strikes hit a school being used as a shelter in Gaza. At least 25 Palestinians were killed at a school yesterday, according to Gaza officials. Many more people suffered severe burns. A rescue worker told the Post that the school had been sheltering thousands of people. He said that even the courtyards and playgrounds were filled with tents. The Israeli strikes came as uncertainty continued to swirl around humanitarian aid deliveries into the territory. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation said it began distributing aid in Gaza yesterday. That's a controversial new organization with ties to the Israeli and U.S. governments. Critics have questioned the foundation's morality. They say it would militarize aid delivery and could force further displacement of Palestinians. 2 senior officials have resigned from the organization in recent days. Extreme heat was linked to rising cancer rates in women. That's our fifth story. A new study found a correlation between rising temperatures and rising cancer mortality. Scientists looked at the cancer data of women in 17 Middle East and North African countries over the past 2 decades. They found an increase in both cancer rates and cancer deaths for every degree Celsius of warming. There are a few possible explanations for this linked to climate change. Ozone depletion can mean more exposure to UV radiation, and when it's hotter, harmful pollution can be worse. If you're worried about cancer, we have a story from an oncologist in our newsletter today. He shared 11 scientifically backed ways to reduce your risk. Number 6 is also about heat. Hot temperatures are expected for much of the U.S. this summer. Last summer was the 4th warmest on record, and it was among the most humid for the contiguous United States. It was also the warmest on record for the planet overall, and this year looks like it'll be no different. From June to August, warmer than average conditions are likely in much of the country, particularly in western, northeastern, and southern states. And this summer, the mugginess and your use of air conditioning may go up a few levels. A heat dome caused western Atlantic sea temperatures to soar, and that translates to extra humidity and moisture. And at number 7, archaeologists cracked the mystery of an ancient Byzantine bucket. The 1,500-year-old Broomswell bucket was unearthed from an Anglo-Saxon royal burial site in England in 1986. It features a hunting scene with armed men and animals, including lions and dogs. The bucket has puzzled researchers for decades. It's believed to have made its way to England from the Byzantine Empire. Archaeologists began to find answers when missing pieces of the bucket were uncovered in 2012 and last year. A new analysis revealed the bucket contained cremated human remains and the remains of an animal larger than a pig. That suggests it was used to bury a very, very important person. We can't tell you who that VIP was, but at least you can take a look at their very nice bucket in our newsletter today. All right, you're all caught up. I hope you had a nice long weekend and didn't miss us too much yesterday. A quick reminder before you go that now is a great time to show your support for the Washington Post's journalism and this show. Our Memorial Day sale means that you can become a subscriber for just $2 every 4 weeks for your first year. You can cancel anytime. $2 every 4 weeks for your entire first year. And after that, it's just $12 every 4 weeks. If you've been thinking about signing up, this is the time. As always, there's a link to subscribe in our show notes, or you can go to washingtonpost.com/subscribe. One more time, that's washingtonpost.com/subscribe. Limited time offer, so sign up today. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.